Hi y'all, it's Camille and I have an artifact spotlight for y'all from the Railroad Museum today. And today we're going to be focusing on this Harvey girl's outfit. This is actually a replica. It was not worn by an actual Harvey girl, but Harvey girls were the waitresses that worked in the high-class restaurants that were run by a guy named Fred Harvey. And he was really passionate about bringing fine dining to the railroad and kind of adding some refinement to the interactions that people passing by on the railroad would come into contact with during their daily operations. And we actually did have a Harvey House restaurant here in Cleburne. It was relatively small. It was just a lunch counter, and it was kind of a horseshoe-shaped counter that people could come up to order their food. We have a photo of it right here, and if you've been watching our page, you might have actually noticed that this is the photo we included as our snapshot from history this morning. But the Harvey House here in Cleburne was on the first floor of the depot here in Cleburne, and the Harvey girls would have actually lived up on the second floor. They had pretty strict rules that they had to live by because they were kind of an example of the Harvey House and of Fred Harvey himself, and so they were held to a really high standard. For one thing, during their first year of service, they couldn't get married. They were not supposed to associate with the railroaders, even though a lot of them actually did end up being married to railroaders. And most importantly, they had to keep their uniforms looking as pristine as possible the whole time that they were on their shift. So that meant keeping their tie on straight, keeping their apron as clean as possible. If they got one little stain, they would have to take it off and change it out or go home for the day, whichever one worked best. Now, another interesting thing that I just found out today about the Harvey House in Cleburne is that there was a guy named Zip Plemons that actually provided the bread and the desserts for the Harvey House. Now, the reason that interested me is that my last name is also Plemons. Mine is spelled with 2 M's instead of 1. His was with 1 M, but I just thought that was interesting. Maybe it's possible that we're related. Now, the Cleburne Harvey House closed in 1931, but one thing that kind of remains as a remnant of the Harvey Houses is the Harvey Girls movie that includes Judy Garland. And you can stream that on Amazon. I think it's only a few dollars to rent, and it's a super cute movie, which I highly recommend because it's very good. But this has been our Artifact Spotlight here at the Railroad Museum today. Once again, I hope y'all enjoy it, and make sure you check back tomorrow for our next snapshot of history, a historic photo, and another Artifact Spotlight tomorrow at 3 p.m. Thank y'all so much. Bye.